Alright, and we are back for another episode of Veil of Darkness. Decided to head back to the village and look up the stuff about the plants, particularly parsley. I did pick up these plants at the crossroads where my plane originally crashed. Normally, they can heal you if you eat them, but since I'm on easy, I'm not going to really worry about it, so I'm going to sell them. I'll give you a silver piece for each cowberry plant you want to sell me, but I want you to know I won't buy anything back that you sell me. Cool story, bro. Just keep selling these over and over. And then the real reason why I'm here. Would you like to buy some parsley? I should throw you out for even trying to sell me parsley. It's an evil plant, and I'll have nothing to do with it. I'd suggest you get rid of it before someone else sees you carting it around. What's so evil about parsley? Where I come from, I don't care what they do with it where you come from. It's evil, I'll tell you. They say its roots grow all the way down to hell itself, and that only murderers grow parsley. Murderers, you say? Well, considering I got this parsley from Krager's backyard, I think we'll have a pretty shitty third piece of evidence that will probably get him hung. Don't worry though, I don't think that Magister is adverse to killing more people than needed. Krager has parsley in his garden. Annabelle the apothecary told me that murderers often grow such a plant in their gardens. Interesting. I'll have Bayard check on this. We'll see if what you say is true. So I was wrong. Oh well. I'll have Krager taken and hung immediately. I'll also officially declare Ambrose's innocence. Officially, I'm sure that'll do him good, now that he's rotting. I will have you know, sir, that Krager was a close friend of mine. I hold you responsible for his death. Remember that. Krager may be your friend, but he killed Edward and an innocent man was hung for the crime. Krager deserved to hang. I know what Krager did, and I also know his reasons. Who do you think hid Edward's body? It was I. Boy, you did a shitty job. You hid the body? Why? Is there not one bit of sanity left in this valley? You're all crazy. That may be very true, but remember, here in this valley, we are all victims, and I mean you as well, outsider. I did what I could to keep Krager's act a secret. I never planned on someone like you. Everyone else is content to accept their fate and keep to themselves. Well, too bad. And they were quite fast at hanging Krager, so let's just, raid his house some more. Okay, seriously, this is like the second or third place where I find money literally lying around. Here's his super guarded Book of Souls. Lying on the ground. Alright, so the only point of interest you're really going to get out of this is Andrei Kristoverk, son of Krill. So he indeed had a son, but he died. The other one's kind of, interesting. Oh look, a vampire hunted and killed. If only they did that to Kryn. Now with that knowledge of the Book of Souls, I turn into Dr. Phil. The girl still stares at you blankly. Christina, tell me about Andrei Kristovic. Andrei, my beloved Andrei. I loved him more than life itself. but I see now that I must go on, even without him. Yet there's one last act of love I can offer him. I don't know who you are, but I must ask you to do something for me. It's dangerous, but if you won't do it, then I'll try it myself, and I doubt I could ever succeed. Christina, I'll do what I can, but I can't promise anything. What do you want me to do? Andre still lives as one of the walking dead, a zombie. I would ask you to kill him, free his soul, so that Andre may finally rest. A zombie? Are you sure? I don't doubt you, but Krill never mentioned a son, let alone one that's a zombie. I'm sure Andre and I loved each other dearly. I was betrothed to him, and as a wedding gift, Krill was going to give us the most fantastic diamond I have ever seen. I'm sure it was totally his. Shortly before our marriage, tragedy struck. Andre grew ill and died within days. Krill was heartbroken. He had lost his son, and I had lost my love. Andre was buried, but Krill could not live with such grief, so he and Ivan dug up Andre's body and in an act of stupidity went to the Dark Lord's stronghold to strike a bargain. Are you sure it was Krill and Ivan that dug up Andre's grave? Yes, I'm quite sure. You see, after my beloved's death, I would chance the night to visit his grave and shed tears of love. That's how I came to see all of this. I thought Krill had told me everything. I can't believe he didn't mention anything about his son, Andre. And Deidria, she never mentioned it. You must confront Krill and ask him about Andre. As for Deidria, I don't think she knows any of this. She's such a kind-hearted person, and something like this could devastate her. You may want to ask her about Andre, but don't let her know the truth. Do you have any idea what made Krill think he could bargain with such evil? Despair. Krill would tell Andre and I that the diamond was the greatest gift he could offer, that it was once set in the Lord's ring, and that there was no other like it. The Lord was Nikolai, Karen's father, blah blah blah. And Krill hoped to trade the diamond for his son's life? He thought Karen would want the diamond because it once belonged to his father? Yes, I believe that is what Krill wished to do, but the Dark One has no desire for riches. Krill and his servant could barely control a zombie as they made their way back home. Not knowing what to do and unable to kill his son, even if Andre was no longer human, Krill locked the zombie into a room upstairs. He may not be able to kill this thing, but does it have to feed to live? Yes, I imagine it does. I hate to think of how many men and women died to feed Krill's monster. That thing is no longer Andre, and it must be killed. You mean to tell me that this thing is still in the house? Wait a minute. That would explain the scratching noises I heard. Yes, I watched from outside the bedroom window. Krill saw me, but he never sought me out. I'd imagine that Andre still lives up there, in that room. Well. So, to top all the evil off in the valley, Krill is feeding his son people. How lovely. But there is only one thing that you can kill zombies with on this game. Have Erasmus go through his little spiel. Yeah, this little short is gonna be real expensive. You should give me money. I don't even want to ask where you got this much, Silva. This will take a while. And by a while, I mean right after you click this dialogue. Huh, I must say, that was a little more difficult than I thought. Silver's such soft metal, and I did it. Here's your sword. Yeah. Alright. I now have a small silver sword. But first, I'm going to go to the crossroads now that Ambrose's soul has been redeemed. Oh, look. The magistrate had me hung for the murder of Edward. I didn't do it, but that didn't matter. The magistrate had to hang somebody as an example, and he chose me. But you have redeemed me. In return, I have something you can use. The key to that ancient library beneath the monastery. The witch wanted the key for a long time, even killed most of the monks trying to get it. There's a book in the library that she wants, a book of dispelling ghosts called the Etheric Rites. She thought the monks knew where the key was hidden, but she was wrong. I am free thanks to you. It's time for me to leave this place, this world. Here's the key. I hope you find it useful. Goodbye now. Whee! Or something. And now let's go get that book that witch is having a shit fit about. Wonder if Pius is still sleeping. Probably. And here we are. A red glowing book of things. To dispel a spirit summoned from this world and forced to serve, the ritual must be performed in the vicinity of a spirit being held to this plane against its will. No shit, Sherlock. So yeah, I need a blessed candle, strike a finely crafted bell, forged from silver with an instrument of iron. It must be associated with the life of this dead spirit's mortal existence. And long story short, it will expel it. Cool story, bro. In other words, gotta get more shit crafted. Into the cemetery. We'll visit this spirit I'm supposed to dispel, but forced to serve. And here's our first couple of skeletons. And our betony plant. Alright, this is the witch's grandfather. You cannot pass. No one may pass. What in the world are you? I want to enter the mausoleum. Why won't you let me pass? I am despair. I am evil. I am the master's servant. I am lost to salvation. None shall pass. I'm Gandalf. Anyway, free my ass, please. Who's this master you're talking about? You must let me pass. Yeah, I've never heard a Kryn in my life. He who drinks the blood, the slayer of men. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of those in this valley. Just go into the cave far to the northeast. And anyway, this is that spirit's grave. What better way to find something that he owned by digging up his grave? Bet Krager would be pissed. Alright, a pouch, because we don't have enough of those. And an iron spike, how convenient. Iron that he once owned. Ironically, I highly doubt he owned it. It was more likely drilled through his head after he was beheaded as a vampire, but, you know, small details. It's good to see you again. Give me money. A silver bell. Now that wouldn't be hard at all. But you don't have 8 pieces of silver, huh? You greedy, dirty son of a bitch. What better way to get silver than exploring a random dark forest? Yeah, this is that forest that Constantine mentioned. If I were you, I wouldn't be going into the forest. If you don't succumb to the Banshee, you'll most likely be devoured by wolves. Oh, believe me, I don't relish the thought of going into these woods, but I might have to. Then do what you must, but before you go, know that many who enter the forest never return. Like I said, there are many strange things in this wood. By the way, my name's Devin. Do you live near these woods? You must understand, I am a woodsman, so I have to live near the forest, but I still only cut trees on the outskirts of this forest. Like this tree here, I will be hammering at it the whole fucking game. What kind of monster is this banshee you mentioned? Well, it's kind of blue, circular, screams bloody murder, and if you go in its vicinity, it's going to turn you old and crumble to dust. Oh, is that how a banshee is killed? No. Anyway, I pretty much gave you the summary of what it does. Begins to weep and moan. Thankfully, the developers of this game didn't capture that noise because I'm sure it'd be highly irritating. Don't worry though. Luckily you have me. I will make the lovely noises. Once we get to the banshee. Oh God! Oil! Or something. Oh God, more oil! Oh Jesus! Okay, so as you see that pile of bones, I picked up a potion and something else. Now in this playthrough, I should have been merciful and edited it, but I'm not because I'm an asshole. I later kind of look around more than normal, and because I don't think I have the horn, which is what that thing was by the bones. So I probably waste like a good 2 or 3 minutes. See, I'm consciously taking the horn, putting it in the bag, and then forgetting I have the horn. I'm kind of awesome. Now those black ooze thingamajiggers, those are killed with a torch. I haven't came across a torch yet. So, I don't recall if I actually ever end up killing any in this whole entire playthrough. They're kind of worthless. Kind of like these wolves. Oh look, just silver. Gotta love silver. Also in this forest, I need to find a tree branch that gypsy person will carve and make use. I don't know why I didn't dual wield the sword or the machete in this area. Apparently I like punching wolves in the head and expecting things to happen. Oh look, yeah, you just chop at that tree. Here I go, punching wolves in the face again. Carolyn Thistle. This heals a poison that I'll get from a very fucked up creature. I'll get into that later though. I know I say that a lot, but have I lied yet? Oh look, more money. See, there I go. I'm punching a skeleton. Your hand has no effect on the skeleton. Apparently, I would rather just, you know, shatter my hand punching it. Alright, you gritty hoe bag. Make me a bell. Shovel bell, no, that shouldn't be hard at all. Just give me my 8 pieces and then for you 3. See, look how fast that was. I probably already had the thing made, and I still charged you 3 for making it. 'Cause I'm a big asshole. Here you go. That silver bow just may be one of the nicest things I've made in a long time. Yeah, you're right. In a long time. So I'm pretty sure you made it a long time ago. Alright. Use Deidre's scarf ribbon thingy. Alright. Guess I decided I was going to save. Oh, actually that was when I originally stopped my first video. An hour and something into it, but you know. I don't know why I'm holding the iron spike and bell. Kind of have other shit to do. Alright, and now we're finally in this house. Do what I typically do to someone I don't know, and just run through doors. You're the man Georgie was talking about. He said you were a monster, but you're just a man. I think the monster Georgie was talking about is my plane. Plane? Never heard of one. Are you sure it isn't a monster like the werewolf that attacked Mother? Maybe you can show me this plane if it's alright with Dad. I don't think that's a good idea right now. Maybe some other time, before I leave this place. You're just like Dad. He never wants me to go get murdered. All he ever wants me to do is make candles. I don't care about candles. I want to see the thing that fell out of the sky. And get murdered. Anton, your father tells me that you were a very good friend to who is sick. Yeah, because I totally talked to your dad already. Just... we'll forget that foresight. No one said you're stupid, Anton, but you should realize there's always a chance that Natalia may live. I know, but I still wish Dad would let me see her. I'm just glad that Natalia agreed to swap locks of hair before she went mad. At least I'll have something to remember her by if she dies. Maybe your dad doesn't want you to see her because he's afraid you'll get the madness. You can't catch madness. It's not like a cold. Dad says it's the Pale Prince's evil soul reaching out and touching his children, the people in the valley. Dad says we're all forsaken, lost to the rest of the world. Your dad sounds like a goth. I know it means a lot to you, but can I have that lock of hair? But if I give it to you and Natalia dies, then I won't have anything to remember her by. How about this? You can only borrow it. Alright. So now I'll actually talk to your dad now instead of lying about it. Hello, I am Joseph. I don't recall seeing you here before, and since I haven't seen you here before, allow me to talk really bad about goth poetry and stuff. My son, Anton, heard Georgie talking about you in Ian's storehouse the other day. I must say the nature of this valley has worked its way into my son's imagination. He said you're more of a bird than man, covered in glistening scales. I hope the madness doesn't touch Anton. Ever since my wife's death, he's had such terrible nightmares, and now I find him describing you as some monster. I'm sorry to hear about your wife, and I wouldn't worry about Anton. I think he heard of my plane. That is quite alright. Death is an ever-present companion in this place, like my bad gothic poetry. I've learned to accept that fact. Anton and I live here alone. I've managed to make a modest living as a candle maker. There's always a need for light in a place as dark as this valley. Do you mind if I talk to your son? No, go right ahead since you already fucking did. So I would like to ask you to try to not mention Natalia, even though you fucking did. Yes, I'm definitely interested in a candle, Joseph. I only ask a silver piece for a candle. Would you like to buy one? Yes. Buy another one, because I say so. Spoiler alert. It's helpful in this game. Alright. see what these lovely gents have to talk about.
And it happened while we were all here. Still can't believe it. I can still hear the cries of pain and terrible howling and snarling noises.
All he wanted to do was retire his room for a short break. Wonder how the werewolf managed to get through. What do you think, Seth?
Hey man, it's security problems.
The blood is all over the room. It's going to be a while before anyone stays there again.
Who's going to gather his body and bury it? That's what I want to know. I'll have nothing to do with that. Would you all please just stop talking? I'm a little pussy and I'm mad about my goblet.
Well, considering that none of you bothered to clean it up, you know, let's go look at corpses. 'Cause, you know, that good citizen thing again. Whenever I find a body, I'm just gonna loot it.
Ah, dear God.
You know, just take that violin. No, it was your pride and joy, but, you know, that's what I do. Steal shit. And this sack. It has a spirally key. Now, I don't know why he had that, or why that whole entire room is a crime scene, but...
You again! Out! Get out of here! Now! I'll have nothing to do with the likes of you!
Well, I'm glad to see you're alive and well and thankful. Anyway, I don't know why he had that key, because it ended up going to Krill's basement cave area. So, just kind of weird. And now I go up here, presumably to talk to the woman and her daughter who is mad. This is Natalia. Who are you? Did Ian let you up here? I told him to keep people away. I don't want anybody seeing my poor Natalia like this. Natalia? Is that the little girl's name? If she's sick, maybe I can help her. Help her? No one can help her now. Can't you see she's dying? She's all I've got and I can't lose her. Not after I've lost her father. But I can't help her. There's no cure for madness. Oh, how I've tried. Don't lose hope. If there's a way to heal Natalia, I'll find it. I don't know who you are, but thank you for your concern. But can you please leave? I want to be alone with my girl. Well, let you guys have your family moment of crying and stuff. Just walk around here, huh? Alright, it's time to figure the fuck out why Krill's such a mischievous bastard. Bet he'll be real intimidated if I walk up to him with a sword and mace. Oh yeah, actually, I'm gonna use that spiral key I found off Josh's destroyed corpse and go see what's through that gate. Alright, and now we are going to that passage I was talking about. Like I said, I have no idea why that guy had this key. It's more interesting what you find in there, though. Alright, use the catacombs key. Allow me to go down this long, windy tunnel. Which, spoiler alert, there's important things in there.
Besides a giant bat!
And a round jar with a belly jar with a face painted on it. Oh, I know, just what that gypsy wanted. I don't know why 2 corpses had said jar, but, you know. Kind of learned not to question things that happen in this valley. If I recall, there's only one more cave like this I have to go into. You can tell I've played this game a lot. I kind of have a good idea of where I'm going without looking at that map ever. As I say that and go into a dead end. Shh.
Okay, now I'm getting closer to where I was actually trying to go. Apologize for not saying a whole lot. This is just kind of a gray dank dungeon. Kind of boring, but we won't be in here for that much longer.
Alright, a pouch of even more money. Not as much, though. Do some lovely inventory management. This is the map design I was telling you about. It forms as you explore. And as I'm a big gigantic idiot, there was a signet ring on the ground, and you know, just gonna not pick it up.
Pretty sure I remember sometime in between here. I'm going, wait a minute. Where's that signet ring? By Jove, with my awesome detective skills, I deducted that I didn't pick the fucking thing up. So, turn around. Bloody blah. I'd tell you a joke of how stupid I am, but I really think that I don't have the horn, and I'm going to be going back to the Black Forest soon. Alright, signet ring. That signet ring is actually Nikolai's. I'm assuming Kryn hid it here. And now the awkward silent trek back out of this cavern.
Alright, so these certain items I'm picking up, like that signet ring, these old relics will play a key part later. Like that violin, Joshua said it belonged to Christian. That quill belonged to Father Michael in the monastery. All these items will be pretty important later.
To the monastery. Hello, creepy monk. Can you bless any of these items I have? Greed is a trait not tolerated. Blah de blah. I see that you can carry a blade. You have a blade of silver. I shall bless it. And your candles are also blessed. What would I want with holy water? Vampires. It is their undoing. That's why. And they are everywhere. Men and women who hunt in the dark hours, seeking a throat to rip and tear, drinking the victims. You know, vampire things. Here we are with the donating and greed thing. And my inventory must be full, because when I bought that holy water, it just kind of went to the floor. Alright, anyway. I needed these candles blessed for the etheric rites, so I can free that spirit. Save this for vampire bitches. Alright. And now to complete another line of the prophecy. Hey! Hey! Yeah, don't worry. All those lines were in the etheric rites. I had to reset that. And he is gone. And with him gone, meaning... Yeah, see, there's where I can't complete it necessarily in order. I also freed the hanged man, while dispelling the one dead. 7 lost souls have all favors to ask. Kern had 7 brothers. I wonder. Actually, he had 6. He had 6 and a father. And I actually think this would be a good time to stop getting into the mausoleum and... Oh god, skeletons of doom! At least I was smart enough not to use my fist this time. Alright, anyway. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of A Veil of Darkness.